All right, I'm here with Al March. He's the owner of purpleiron.com, and he makes safety reflective decals. What you see here on this banner is just a small sample of what you can get if you go to his website, purpleiron.com. He has hundreds of different designs, and these decals are very good because at night when you're riding, as soon as the lights hit them, you could see it a mile away. It's the same material that they use on ambulances and police cars. And Al's going to put my logo decals on my 2019 police bike. And we're going to go over it step by step. This is pretty simple stuff. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to know how to put on reflective decals, and we'll show you that in just a moment. This is Al March, and he's the owner of purpleiron.com. I've known Al probably, God, it's got to be 40 years.
Long time.
We were musicians together. Al still works as a musician part-time. He does it just for fun. Now his main business is purpleiron.com. Can you hold that up, Al, so the folks can see that we're going to take this and simply put that on the motorcycle? It's like I said, it's not too tough to do. And the first step would be to make sure that the tank is clean before we put that on.
Right.
I want you to know, Al, I got probably 3-4 coats of wax on there. It's a lot of wax.
And not when I get through with it, Jerry. We'll get it all off.
Well, thanks.
Alcohol. If we have to do it 2 or 3 times, we'll do it 2 or 3 times.
For those of you who are hard of hearing, he said alcohol. He's going to take it off with alcohol.
And you can feel it if there's wax on it, it'll slide. And when it starts getting a little...
Yeah, try not to get the alcohol over the entire bike, though.
Well, it's not my bike.
Okay, all we need to do is first get a little soapy water, and we're going to wet down the tank so that you can move the decal around and get it exactly where you want it.
Right. And then we're going to peel the backing off this.
So in other words, when they get the decal, it's going to look, show this to the camera.
It's going to have the transfer tape on. It's called transfer
tape, okay.
Now we're going to take the transfer tape, or the backing off, leaving the decal with the transfer tape. Okay? We're going to wet this.
That's important to help it slide around.
Yes,
so
exactly.
You can get it right where you want it.
Exactly. And so there, we're going to put it there. That looks good like that?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to squeegee it on. Another important step is to wet the decal, wet the paper, because the more you soak the transfer tape, the looser it gets and the easier it'll be to take off.
Without moving the decal.
Exactly. So. And you wet it, keeps molding it into the contour of the tank.
Don't have to heat it up or anything like that?
No.
Don't need a heat gun or blow dryer, don't need anything like that?
Nope. But we want to make sure it sticks pretty good.
If somebody doesn't have one of those plastic squeegees, a credit card will work just as well?
That'll be fine. Any stiff...
You need something stiff that's not going to scratch the paint.
Well, it won't scratch as long as you got the transfer tape on. That's the reason for the transfer tape. Okay, it's not going to scratch nothing. Now we're going to take this off, and hopefully with the transfer tape being soaked, saturated with water, it should make it release easier off the decal, which it is. And if you have to mold it, yeah.
Just pull it off slowly.
Exactly. And don't pull out, pull back. If you pull out, you're going to pull the decal off. If you pull straight back, it makes it a lot easier. If you see that it's not down perfect, you could just push it down with your finger. You see like it's up here? Just push it down with your finger. And as it dries, it'll go away. There you go. It's that simple.
How long do you think it'll take to dry? Let's say if you leave the bike out in the sun.
If you leave it out in the sun, it shouldn't take but a half hour. The longer you let it sit, the better.
So you don't want to mess around with waxing or anything for what, at least 24 hours?
Yeah, you don't want to wax it for at least 24 hours. After 24 hours, it'll be dry enough, you can wax and do what you want.
And this is laminated so that there's a covering over the ink that's on the decal, so you don't have to worry about it coming off if you spill a little
That
gas
is
or something
correct.
on it.
That's correct.
Did I give you that idea to do that, Al?
What, the laminate? No.
I thought maybe, I thought I'd mentioned it once.
No.
And this is what it looks like, all done.
That's it. It's that simple.
Looks very good. And you've got hundreds of designs. This is just a small sample of what Al has. If you go to his website, once again, purpleiron.com, you could tell him I sent you. It's probably not going to help you, but tell him I sent you. And that's really about it. That's all there is to it.
Okay, would you like me to send the invoice to your office, or how'd you want to pay for it?
Just put it on my tab.
Jerry, I put your last one on a tab. Hasn't been paid for
But
yet.
the tab is growing still?
Yeah, I got like 4 or 5 on your tab.
You have to tell my wife. She handles the money. I
Well,
tell
you
her,
need to-
first thing I always say to make sure you pay Al, because she's very touchy about doing work and not getting paid for it. But yeah,
Well-
I'll send you a check. Maybe. In fact,
You said that last time,
the
Jerry.
check is already in the mail. I
No,
think.
you said that.
I told Donna, put a check in the mail for Al because
Okay, that's it.